Hi everyone, it's Chill here again, and this time it is a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. It's actually kind of a budget deck, but it is actually proven to be very, very powerful and very, very spammy. Of course, I am speaking of a Raidraptor deck, and I have recently updated this, or kind of did a little switch out with this. But I will not point out where that switch out is. Instead, I'm just going to get right to it with the main deck. We have a playset of Raidraptor Tribute Lanius. Raidraptor Tribute Lanius, yeah. Your basic searcher, or shall we say the foolish burial of the deck. And that's what it does. Up next we have a playset of Raidraptor Mimicry Lanius. Mimicry Lanius is a searcher as well. He goes to the graveyard, remove him from the game, and get yourself a Raidraptor card. Any Raidraptor card will do. So that makes the splash ability of all the spells and traps viable, but there's only a few that you really need. His other effect just increases the level of all Raidraptors you currently control by 1. You don't typically use it. Next one is 2 Vanishing Lanius. Vanishing Lanius basically states if he is normal or special summon, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Raidraptor from your hand. Basically, he allows for more summons if summoned himself, and if he stays on the field. Up next, 2 Necro Vultures. Basically, this facilitates a lot of rank up, because get a rank up magic card, but you got to use rank up magic cards to exceed someone for the rest of the turn after his effect is used. So if you want to exceed summon normally before his effect is used, you are still allowed to do that. After using him, you cannot use anything but rank up magic. Then a full play set of Raidraptor Fuzzy Lanius. Raidraptor Fuzzy Lanius basically special summons itself from the hand when you basically have another Raidraptor. Also, when he is sent to the graveyard, if he is sent to the graveyard in any way, shape, or form, you get to search another copy of him out, and that's including even if you were to special summon him first. You can use both of his effects once a turn, in the same turn. And then just for kicks, we have 2 Singing Laniuses can be special summoned when you control Raidraptor Exceeds monster, and can only be done once per turn. And then we get to the Gundam, so to speak, of the deck. For attacks, Raidraptor Booster Strix. Raidraptor Booster Strix, he stays in your hand. Basically, whenever your opponent tries to attack a Raidraptor monster, banish this card from the game from your hand and destroy that monster. Then that's the monsters. Up next, we have the spells. 2 Raidraptor Nests. 2 Raidraptor Nests, 2 Raidraptor Nests. Basically a searcher of the deck. Another one, right? And then we have 2 Raidraptor Call. I could easily put a third one in here, but screw that. I don't need to use this as often as everybody would think, so 2 is actually sufficient, because I'm searching out my deck a lot, and I can get everything I want in my hand within just a couple of turns, and leave my deck filled with spells and traps. And then we have a full playset of Rank Up Magic Skip Force. Skip Force basically facilitates my ultimate monster. We'll get into that a little later. Also, it has a secondary effect. If I banish this card, along with another Raidraptor, I can special summon a Raidraptor Exceeds from my graveyard. Basically refacilitating this if I need to. That's not the only way I have of reviving Exceeds monsters. I also have 2 rank up magic soul shape 4s. Basically pay half your life points, get a Raidraptor Exceeds monster back from the graveyard, upgrade that shit. Basically a monster reborn and a rank up. Then rank up magic revolution force. This motherfucker has 2 effects. Okay, on my turn, I can rank up an Raidraptor Exceeds by 1 level. On my opponent's turn, if my opponent has an Exceeds monster with no materials on it, I can steal that shit and put a Raidraptor Exceeds monster that is 1 rank higher on top of it. Also, yeah, they are treated as Exceeds summons, and this is with all of these rank ups as per the norm, I guess. You didn't notice, a lot of this shit's rare. Then we're running some generic support, like 2 Swallow's Nest. Everybody should know what this does. Everybody was fucking using it in Black Wings. I know I was using it in Black Wings. Tribute a Wing Beast. Get a Wing Beast of the same level from your deck, but different name. Summon it to the field. Some of that shit. Then 2 Twin Twisters, basically the newest one of the new versions of MST, and a better one, especially with this deck. Got a Mimicry in your hand? Play this shit. Got a Fuzzy you want to just pitch? Play this shit. You know, search, whatever. And destroy 2 spells and traps. And then the Raigeki. Raigeki used to be overpowered as hell, but with all the new cards that are out, not so much, but it's still a damn good card. Now for the traps. 3 Icarus Attacks. I know we're starting with generic support, but this is awesome in any Wing Beast deck, especially Raidraptors. It basically can act as another Twin Twister or even Monster Destruction. As long as you sacrifice Wing Beast first, which this deck is full of Wing Beasts. That's all this deck is. Save for a few cards in the extra deck, but you rarely play those. 2 Raptors Gust, basically the counter trap for Raidraptors. You're going to play a lot of Raidraptors. Plus, all that's required, Raidraptor card. So, Raidraptor Nest, this sucker comes out. Then just for kicks, we got 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. Yeah. We don't need to go into that. And now for the extra deck. 2 Raidraptor Force Strix. He's basically a searcher. Again, we have another searcher. Plus, aside from detaching 1 being able to search, 500 attack defense for every Raidraptor in play. Well, every Wing Beast in play, actually, except for that 1 card himself. So basically, 2 of these. You got 2 2,500 walls. 2 Raidraptor Blaze Falcons, basically detach 1, destroy all special summon monsters on the field, inflict 500 points per monster destroyed by this effect, and if it has an Exceeds material, attack directly. Destroy a monster if this happens. Revolution Falcon. Revolution Falcon says, detach 1. It can attack all monsters on your opponent's side of the field this turn. If it attacks a special summon monster, save for Armides, because Armides is fucking immune to this shit, reduces attack and defense to 0. And destroy it. It can also destroy 1 monster per turn and inflict damage equal to, I think, half? Yeah, half the attack of that monster to your opponent. Raidraptor Satellite Cannon Falcon. Again, this is being run at 2. I could easily run this at 3, but I don't, because I'm a dick. Basically, summon this bitch, destroy all spells and traps your opponent's control. Detach material, remove 800 attack for every Raidraptor monster in the graveyard to any of your opponent's monsters. Essentially, by the time this comes out, basically pick away all of your opponent's attack and defense from 1 monster. And then for the condom, Ultimate Falcon. This motherfucker is unaffected by everything. And detach 1, reduce everything by a stack. Also, your opponent can't activate shit. If it has exceeds material at the end of each turn, either drop everything by 1,000 or drop your opponent's life points by 1,000 via damage. Such a pain in the ass. Castel Skyblaster Musketeer. Basically, detach 1, and then target a face-up monster on field, change it to defense position, detach 2, return it to the deck. You can only use it once per turn. Gaga Cowboy, if it's an attack position. Detach 1, and this card attacks an opponent's monster this turn. It gains 1,000 attack, and the opponent's monster loses 500 attack during damage step. Defense position, standard, 800 damage. Real game ender. Diamond Crab King, he basically can attack and then become a wall. Detach, switch attack defense, attack with him, become a wall, attack defense, switches back. You basically just got a 3,000 wall. And you can attack with him. And then 2 Silent Honor Arcs. Everybody should know what this sucker does. Detach 1, prevent its destruction. Detach 2, steal any special summon monster, make it material to this. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry for the length of the video, but I hope you guys seriously enjoyed this deck. I will be bringing you more decks. Please comment in your comment section below. Leave a like, and peace out.